Back to cost theory 8.2. Short term cost functions. I already covered total cost, total fixed cost plus total variable cost. I already covered average fixed cost, average variable cost. Again, marginal cost, you already got it on the quiz last time. Let's write it out again. Marginal cost is the additional cost for one extra unit of output. That's it. One extra unit of output. One more student. One more coffee. One more car. One more meal. One more whatever it is. Okay? Whatever the business is marginal cost. And now I'm going through the cost curves. And we have a cost function. A cost curve is simply a graphical representation of a cost function. Cost function tells you the minimum cost for every output. So it will give you here the cost, and here is the output. Output is quantity. And I already covered, all I'm doing here is figure 8.1. And I'm explaining the shape of the total cost. Total cost begins somewhere here. This part here is the fixed cost. Okay, and I'll draw here the fixed cost. Okay, so whatever is the fixed cost. Then at the beginning it rises. Remember, early on, it rises very rapidly because you don't have economies of scale, you're not very efficient. Then costs grow very slowly. In other words, output grows fast and cost grows slowly. Okay? You have here economies of scale, and then somewhere here costs begin to rise sky high because here you have these economies of scale. Here you hit some limits. How did we call it? That was like last week. How did we call this part here where, what was the limit, the constraint? How did we call it from 1 week ago? Maybe you have the notes if you don't forget. That's what the notes are for. How did I say it? Again, I will remind you, we had the output, and the output goes the opposite way. Output grows very slowly at first, then output you can increase a lot, and then over here you can't grow much output. How we call here where you put in more resources, you spend a lot more money, but you cannot grow output a lot. How did we call it last time in the notes somewhere?
Peak lost.
Again?
Peak lost.
No, something else. What was it? Remember?
Capacity.
Yes. How did we call it?
Capacity limit.
Yes, capacity limit or limit of capacity. So here, yeah, wow. Okay, is that a bonus point? Sure it is, right?
Yeah.
Capacity limit. Well, capacity limit here means a flat and possibly falling curve. Here, okay, you found it? Or not yet?
Yes.
Well, somebody remembers. Alright, going back to this place. Here, you're hitting the capacity limit. You cannot grow a lot, the output, but the cost goes sky high. So here, you're right. Capacity limits. Okay, capacity limit. Alright, so that's the reason here. Here, the explanation, okay, I can use now my green color, is again the shape, right? Insufficient scale, small scale. What is a small scale? Small scale is running the MBA program with 2 students, right? With 2 students, you don't get economies of scale. You got still the same cost for the teacher, still the same cost for the air conditioning, still the same cost for register. Now you have a whole bunch of fixed costs. And the first student costs a lot because you need a classroom, okay, and a teacher. And then for 2 or 3, it's too small. It's not efficient, okay? Optimal class size is what? Between 12 and 20. Now, a teacher can handle 30 and can handle 40, but with 40 students, the quality of teaching per student drops because they sit on the back, they talk, they cheat, they will do all sorts of things. 40 students, it's too noisy, cannot focus, I can't get to know everybody's name. Now I know a few names, right? So, the point is, the scale is too small. Too, again, the same old word, inefficient. Here, very, very flat, okay? So, you want to be somewhere over here, somewhere. Again, if you're here, your efficiency is just beginning. You see, here, you could produce a lot of extra output with a very little extra cost. You don't want to be here. You want to be somewhere here. Okay? So, the efficient area is somewhere here, which I'm coming to right now. Okay? So, the next piece which I did, was the average fixed cost, which at first was the same and then started dropping real rapidly. Okay? And getting close to 0. And now we need to do the average cost. Well, what is the average cost? Alright. Well, the average cost here may possibly rise. Okay, possibly rise. Somewhere here, the average cost is going to be falling. And somewhere here, the average cost is going to be rising again. Let's take a look. Where's the average cost, average total cost. So average total cost is here, very high because of the fixed cost. Then it starts falling. I mean, it can fall below, it can fall above, okay? Will fall somewhere over here. And then as these costs begin to escalate, somewhere later, the average total cost or just average cost, whichever you like. Okay, I'll write both. Average total cost is the same as average cost. Begins to rise. Okay. So average total cost. Okay. So now what do we have here? You see, as you increase, here you have economies of scale. So economies of scale you enjoy as long as average cost keeps falling. Okay. So you're most efficient. This point is considered to be most efficient. Okay, and it will correspond somewhere over here, most efficient. So, efficiency is associated with lowest cost per unit. Average cost is the same as cost per unit. This is where the production per unit is cheapest. So, low cost means high efficiency. Lowest cost means highest efficiency or most efficient. Okay? This is the lowest possible average cost, meaning cost per unit. Okay? Now, it will be late into the total curve where the total curve begins to rise rapidly. Okay? So, and then you're going to have a marginal cost. And marginal cost at first is high and drops. Let me see how the marginal cost drops. Well, the marginal cost will be somewhere per unit, will be something like this. So at first, the marginal cost is going to be like this. And then the marginal cost is going to rise. Okay. So it's going to bottom out very early, usually somewhere over here where the curvature changes, and then the marginal cost begins to rise. And let's take a look. Okay, a little bit like this. Let me do this. Goes like this, and then marginal cost here is below the average, and here continues above the average. Okay, so this is the marginal cost per unit. So here's the characteristic. The marginal cost before the average cost is from below. Okay, so when marginal cost is less than the average cost keeps falling because each extra unit is cheap. You see here, this is the flat portion. When you have the flat portion over here, you have very low marginal cost. Each unit costs little, okay? So when marginal cost is very low, total cost is very flat, and the average cost keeps falling. When marginal cost starts rising fast, again, this is the capacity limit here, total costs begin to rise fast, and the average cost begins to rise at one point very fast. Okay? So this is, let me write it out, marginal cost. Marginal cost. Okay? And then the average variable cost, I'll skip, we don't need it, we don't need this important. So these are the two. So the marginal cost drops, it goes close to zero. So the flatter the curve is up here, the closer it's down to zero. As soon as this curve starts moving up, the marginal cost moves up a lot. Okay. Now the question would be, okay, next question is probably coming in the next section, but I might as well do it now, is if this is the most efficient, does it mean also most profitable. Hmm?
Yes. Yes.
Well, what does this mean? Yes or no in English?
Yes.
No. She says no, you say yes. What do you say?
Because it's the most quantity with the lower price. So it should be.
No, I never said lowest price. This is the lowest cost.
Cost is price. Cost is price.
No, cost is not. Cost is the money that you spend. The price as a business is the money that you get. It's a world of difference, right? In the first case, money goes out. In the second case, money goes in. But we're back to profit. Now, what was marginal analysis saying? What was the marginal analysis saying for profitability? That would be chapter 3.
Producing more extra with less cost.
No, that's not what it was saying. What was marginal analysis saying? Somebody who has 10 points?
And with the same price than that.
Again, what does it say, marginal analysis in this case?
The same.
How to apply marginal analysis for profit maximization here. First of all, what is marginal analysis? Second, what it means, right? And third, how do we apply it here?
Marginal analysis is the most fundamental economic analysis.
Right, which says what?
For consumer and for business.
And for business? Okay, so for business, what does it mean?
One more
One more?
extra.
Okay, one more?
And the same.
Okay, all right. We need to. Okay, so what does it mean again? Well, first, this is not what marginal analysis is. I should watch my own video to remind me myself, because I wouldn't say exactly like that. So, now, could you please find and open your books on marginal analysis on 3? Here's what I should have said. Marginal analysis.
Chapter 3.
Yes. Is the application of the marginal benefit,
Marginal cost.
marginal benefit, and marginal cost applied to one extra unit. Now, what is the marginal benefit here for me for one business? What is the marginal cost? What is the marginal benefit of one more unit, and what is the marginal cost? Well, marginal cost is easy. Marginal cost is marginal cost. This is the curve.
Cost of one more extra.
Yes, so if the quantity is here, this is the marginal cost. If the quantity is here, this is the marginal cost. If the quantity is here, this is the marginal cost. If the quantity is here, this is the marginal cost. Now, the question is, what is marginal benefit of one more product? So instead of having 9 coffees, we sell 10 coffees. Or instead of having 12 students in the classroom, we have 13. What is the marginal benefit?
Maybe the difference between the minimum.
Well, yeah, you can say between the difference between the, well, first of all, what is the benefit in general? The benefit in, oh, is the revenue. Okay, so this is the same as marginal revenue. Now, what is the marginal revenue for a product for a firm? That's very simple and very easy. What's the marginal revenue for one more student? The answer, 1 tuition. What is the marginal revenue for one more coffee?
No. It's it. What's coming to it?
No, it's amazingly simple. It's the price. Whatever the price is. If the coffee is 3, costs 3, the marginal revenue, instead of selling 8, 9, is whatever the last unit you can sell for. It's very simple. The marginal revenue is simply the price. Whatever you can sell the last one unit for. That's it. So, the marginal revenue or the marginal benefit of one more product is the price of that product, and the marginal cost is the cost. Now, we get back to marginal analysis. So, as long as price is higher than marginal cost, you keep increasing. So, now, let's say the price is, man, I'm missing colors. I'm running out of colors here. Okay, I'll use the red color. If this is the price, suppose this is the price, where are we going to produce? Again, simplest application. You draw the line over here, and you're going to produce this one, this quantity profitable? Yes, marginal.
The price is more than.
Yes, the price is more. You increase one unit, you have a huge price and benefit, you have a lower marginal cost. So this is the profit, this is the profit, this is the profit, this is the profit. You see? So the profit is, or the profit margin, which I explained, is the difference between the price and the marginal cost. So increasing will continue to increase the profit up to here. So over here is maximum profit. Maximum profit at this price one. Maximum profit for P1. So you will keep producing here. So why is this is the most efficient, okay? But it just costs you $1 to make the coffee. You still charge $3. And you will keep producing, even though it gets more expensive, it is still profitable, okay? So here you will be making maximum profit per unit. But here it's going to be the total maximum profit. Okay, so that's a simple one. Now, if the price of the product drops a little bit, let's try the same red color. Price drops to P2 over here. You will shrink your optimal quantity. Okay, you will shrink your optimal quantity. If the price of the product rises, you will increase the quantity. Okay. So this explains the law of supply. Let's repeat law of supply from a very old chapter. What was it? 3 again?
Number of.
What was the law of supply saying? What did the law of supply say?
If the upper is less than the down,
Well,
The quantity is
okay, what was the law of supply? What does it say?
the quantity of supply, as the price increase.
As price increases, if the price goes up, the quantity supplied will go up. Okay. This is the explanation here. The explanation is because you will always operate on this side of the marginal curve, and the marginal cost curve goes up. As you increase the price, businesses will increase their supply. If you shrink the price, businesses will, it may happen to be that the price is very, very, very low, and you're going to be only here. Okay? So, as you increase the price, it will be always more profitable to increase the quantity supply. So this is the simple explanation of the law of supply. The law of supply follows from marginal analysis, from the fact that the marginal revenue equals the price, and from the fact that a marginal cost at one point begins to rise. Always sooner or later rises. Now, again, why marginal cost will rise rapidly? Again, why would, well, marginal cost would rise exactly for the same reason that total cost will rise. Capacity limit. At one point, you hit capacity and it becomes very inefficient to expand. So, this is the same thing here. Capacity limit. Okay, this explains the short run curve.